Now, Billy Blackbird and Clara Crow were very good friends. Billy often went to see her as she grazed in the meadow, and he would perch on one of her horns and he would sing to her. Chirp, chirp, tweet, tweet. Sometimes he would flap his wings to drive away the flies, and other times he would scratch her back if she was feeling itchy. But whatever he did, Clara was always sad. "You are the only friend I have," said Clara. "You're the only one who comes to see me. The other cows are always too busy chewing away at the grass." "Well," said Billy, "you must try to make friends for yourself. Go over to the gate, and when someone comes along, see what you can do." "Well, I'll try," said Clara, looking more mournful than ever, and Billy flew back to the forest to have his breakfast. Next day he went to see Clara again, and he perched on her horn as usual. "Hello," said Billy cheerfully, "and how is my favourite cow today?" "I'm ever so sad," said Clara. "I did what you said, but it was no good." "Oh, well, tell me what happened," said Billy. "Well, I went over to the gate like you said, and when Mrs. Grump came along, I said, 'Oh,' to her, and she gave such a jump and ran off down the road, shouting, 'Help, help!' What did I do wrong?" "Well, let me hear you say hello, then," said Billy. Clara let out a loud bellow. "Moo! A moo!" "Yes, I see," said Billy. "It does sound rather scary. Perhaps you should try a more gentle approach." "Well, I'll try," said Clara, looking ever so mournful, while Billy flew on his way. A few days later, Billy went to see Clara again, and found her in the depths of despair. "It's no good," said Clara. "I shall never make any new friends. When the children come along, I try to say hello to them, and they just laugh at me, and they say that I'm a silly old cow." "What do you mean?" said Billy. "Well, I went over to the gate, like you said, and some boys came along, so I put my head over the gate and I smiled at them, and they made faces at me and called me a silly old cow," said Clara, and began to cry. Big tears rolled down her nose. "Well, I've never seen you smile," said Billy. "Show me your best smile." "There," said Clara, and pulled a very glum and gruesome face. "Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Oh dear. I don't think God meant cows to smile. You'll have to try something else." "Well, what else can I do?" said Clara, getting ever so upset. Just then she began to wave her tail frantically and nearly knocked Billy off her back. "How I hate flies," said Clara. "I wish they would leave me alone." And then Billy began to get excited, and he jumped up and down on Clara's back. "That's it, that's it, that's what you can do," he said. "You can wave your tail." "What a daft idea," said Clara. "Now you are being a silly Billy." "No, I'm not," said Billy. "The next time the children come this way, wave your tail like you did then, and see what happens." Clara looked very doubtful, but as Billy seemed to be so sure about it, she said that she would do her best. So the next day, when some of the village children came down the road on their way to school, Clara went near the gate and waved her tail furiously. "Look," said one of the children, "I think that cow is waving to us." "So it is," said another. "Let's wave back." And they all waved. And the more the children waved, the more Clara waved her tail, and the children thought it was great fun. And when they came home from the school later in the day, they went to the gate, and they all waved to Clara, and again she waved her tail back at them. And when Billy came to see Clara the next time, oh, she was a different cow. She was mooing a little tune, moo, and there was a sparkle in her eyes. "Clever Billy," she said, "it worked, and thanks to you I have made some new friends." And she told Billy the whole story. "Well done," said Billy. "I just knew you could make some friends if you tried hard enough. So, the next time you see a cow waving its tail at you, make sure you wave back. The cow will be ever so pleased. It will cheer the cow up no end."